Afternoon, everyone. My producer, Mike Barker, and I have something in common. Actually, we have it in common with you, our listeners, as well. We all have as many points skating on Evgeny Malkin's left wing as Evgeny Malkin's actual left wingers. This is true. I just came back from the Penguins practice, and Zach Boychuk is still skating on that line. There was a little bit of time for Tyler Kennedy there as well. Boychuk, Kennedy, Tanner Glass, Dustin Jeffrey, and Eric Tangradi, 5 guys, have skated on that left wing over 13 games. In that time, at even strength, they have a combined 0 goals and 0 assists. Think about that for a second. Evgeny Malkin had 50 goals last season. James Neal had 40 goals. The guys on their left wing right now have 0 points. And out of those 5 guys that I mentioned, this is the one that blows me away. Out of those 5 guys, Tyler Kennedy's the only one who has a point of any kind. He has a goal and an assist. Maybe that's why he ended up the practice today skating on that line. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy for the Penguins to figure out an answer here. I don't think it's internal. You can say move Chris Kunitz back to that line where he was last season. You can say, well, we'll find somebody else for Sidney Crosby. Bo Bennett's not ready. I know the Penguins want him up. They want him back once he's got his full strength and he lost a lot of weight to the flu. They want him back at some point. He's not ready. They're going to have to make do with these guys. And I wonder, when you're watching Evgeny Malkin take some of these penalties that he's taking right now, he looks like a frustrated player. It's hard to gauge. He doesn't talk much. He never has. He's not the kind to complain. I don't think he's going to complain publicly. I don't know that he's going to complain even behind the scenes. And there's probably a better chance of Neal doing that, but even that seems a little bit unlikely. How are the Penguins going to address this problem? It's not, the idea that they're going to go out and find some winger. Everybody talks, well, trade this defenseman, trade that defenseman to pull in some top 6 winger. Those guys just aren't out there. I had a conversation with Ray Shero the other night after the second loss to New Jersey. And Shero was telling me that he had just informally spoken earlier that night with Lou Lamoriello, the Hall of Fame general manager of the New Jersey Devils. And he said that Lou told him the same thing. The idea that there's just this unlimited supply of top 6 forwards out there, it doesn't exist. Every team is looking for these guys. Every team is. The Penguins have to find one. It's not optional. I don't know that that's Bennett. I'm not going to say I'm going to doubt Bennett the way I doubt Eric Tangradi. Bo Bennett's a guy, I don't see him as playing in traffic. I see him as a perimeter guy, kind of a dangling guy. He likes to dance around a little bit, has some finesse to his game. If he fits, he'll fit with the Crosby line, and Kunitz can go back with Malkin. I don't know that he's the answer. I get the impression that the Penguins want to give him a chance. I also get the impression, for what it's worth, that they like Zach Boychuk more than most of us do. They think he's making things happen out there. They think that he's creating offense in different ways through his speed and whatever else. But then, you see that partial breakaway that he took the other night and just completely whiffed on the shot. You see the fact that he has not scored in the NHL, really going back to his time with the Hurricanes. There aren't easy answers, but this is the problem. Make no mistake. Yes, the Penguins were forechecked hard by the Devils. Yes, they were trapped in their own zone. But those things, to me, are solvable just from Matt Niskanen and Chris Letang coming back at some point. And by the way, both of them skated today and seem to suggest that they'll be back by the weekend, which is great news for the Penguins. That's solvable. The power play is solvable. The penalty killing's actually been pretty good if they didn't have to do it 12 or 13 times a game. But the even strength offense right now is the thing that's missing. And the Penguins have far too much existing talent in that top 6 to not find a way to address that number 6 spot. That's key right now, because once you get that Malkin line going, the way it should go, the way it went last season when Kunitz was there, now teams have to make decisions about how they're going to assign checking lines. They're going to have to be more careful about taking penalties. The power play will get more chances. Everything will snowball off of that. Is Ray Shero making the right move by not making one at all, essentially, and waiting for Bo Bennett? What do you think about that? I want to hear from you. You can email at sportstalk@tribweb.com. You can call at 412-320-7925.